Hello everyone, today we are going to review the workbook for PC modem. The purpose of this workbook is to display and find data from the product table easily using a lookup function. It also helps us to populate or create a purchase order faster by pulling data from the product list, and also help us calculate the total cost per order, including the shipping option selected by the customer. So basically the steps I followed to complete this workbook was you simply going to the documentation sheet and I enter my name and the date. Then I went to the purchase order section and I entered the product ID. After that I inserted the VLOOKUP function, the vertical lookup function, in which basically we are saying that we are looking for the product ID entered in cell B5, and we are using the data from the product list under ID and type columns. So here we have ID and type, and then we are telling them that the data that we need to populate or insert is from the column number 2 under type. And that was kind of like the initial statement or string that I used for the formula. After that, I copied the formula to cell 8 and 9 and I modified it accordingly. So you can see here I extended this formula to include the model. You can see here model is the column number 3, and I also updated from column number 2 to column number 3, and the same for the price. You can see I expanded the data, the range or the array to include price, and then change it from 3 to 4, which is where all the data, the prices are listed. And after that, basically what I did was I inserted the if error formula to display product I did not found in case, let's say, the bookkeeper or the person processing the order enters the wrong or unknown product ID. So we can test it here. Let's say I enter 176, and you can see here it doesn't work. I'm just gonna go back to how I have it. Okay. And basically after that, I added the shipping options at the end. So you can see here we have shipping options listed. We have the standard at $9.50, express at $14.50, overnight at $18.50. And then I created a nested formula, an if nested function, to display the shipping option under cell B15. And so here the person processing the order will enter the type, the shipping option here, but the shipping cost has on cells C17 has a if nested function. And as you can see here, I have so that if B15 equals a standard, so it's calling this array of data here. So if it equals a standard, then we will have a shipping cost of $9.50. If it's equal express, then we will have a shipping cost of $14.50, in this case. And if it's overnight, then we will have a shipping cost of $18.50. And if the shipping option is left blank, then no value is listed. So let's just test that. So I can enter here, let's say overnight, and you can see immediately it changes to $18.50. And I can also just leave it blank and there is no value listed. I'm just gonna change it back to the way I had it. And you can see now we go back again to the shipping cost $14.50. And basically after that we just added a formula, basic formula to calculate the total cost based on the quantity, the price, so price times quantity, and then plus the shipping cost. In addition to that, we added another if error function. So in this case, if the shipping cost, if any of the values are not present or are unknown or incorrect, then the person processing the order will get an error message that says check product ID, quantity, or shipping option. So let's test that again. So let's see what if I enter an unknown product ID. So here we have the initial if error messages for type, model, price. Then at the end you see we have total cost, check product ID, quantity, or shipping option. Okay, and the next step was just to create some conditional formatting. So the initial conditional formatting was for ID. So I went to the Home tab and created conditional formatting, highlighted cells that are duplicate values, and created a rule. In this case, since I already created it, I just want to show you what I had. So you can see here we have duplicate values, and I made it orange, and it's just tested really quick. So I'm gonna make these 1121, and you see they both turn orange. So that conditional formatting is working. I also added a conditional formatting to highlight any prices that are greater than $300. So you can see here in my already created rules, we have that if the sale value is greater than 300, to highlight it green with a green font. Okay, so those were the conditional formatting that were applied to the product lists. And after that, basically, we just I work on the summary tab by entering the calculated average price. So basically here I just enter the average if function and call the data from the product price or the product list and from where it's being called, so in this case type or model type. Then in the syntax you see here summary exclamation mark and then A5, so this is the value that we are looking at in that data set. And then the data that we are using, the price, so from product list, the price under that particular model. So let's go back here to the summary. So we see that the average price for the 56K desktop is $61. And I pretty much copy and paste that formula on cells B6 and B7. And those are the average prices for each of those models. And after that, I enter the COUNTIF function and pretty much just follow the same. So product type, and then so it's just calling the data from the product list from the product list table, or I mean tab, and looking for the specific model listed in our summary table here. So in this case we have 56K desktop items and 41 ISDN DSL and 33 modem cards. Just to cross-check everything I quickly total everything, so I should be getting a total of 112 items, which is what we have here as well. A total of 112 items. So that's basically what I did. I found the function formulas challenging, but also very helpful, especially the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. I found that very helpful. I think it can help you expedite forms and make processes faster by just populating data already existing in a different list. So I found that particularly helpful. I really like the if error function just because it makes reports a little bit more tidy and clean, and the error messages could be more clear for the user. So I highly recommend using the if error function as well. No, in general, I found that everything that I learned in Excel has been very helpful and is improving my Excel skills and any spreadsheets that I work with at work. So thank you so much for your help, for your attention, and until next time.